Here's the snapback. Here's the kick. He's got the leg into it. If it is good, and it is! Austin scores! A 49-yard field goal, and Indiana leads 27-24.
Oh, it's an end around one to throw. Page looking at the quarterback, and it's a touchdown! Page times Leno! Penix rolling out of the pocket to a strong hand. Delivers deep down the field. Caught, touchdown! Fry Fogel again.
Welcome to the OEO podcast. I'm your host, Michael Bragg. You can find me on Twitter. It's at Bragley, Braggley. Prefer that's the only place you guys find me, other than tailgates on Saturday. But I'm also here with my co-host on Brandon, or not on Brandon. His name's Brandon. I'm not cutting that out. You can find him on Twitter. It's at Brandon Dubich. Brandon spelled traditionally Dubich, Dubich. What's up, Brando?
This is basically Christmas morning for me. We get to talk Taulia Tagovailoa, and I don't think I've ever been more excited for a preview podcast ever. This might be my favorite of all time.
I would say turn it off now, but I've got an encouraging math problem. If that doesn't scare you.
If you don't like Taulia, I don't like you.
Okay, good. So you don't like me very much. Speaking of people we don't like, he's just here to be here. Our producer, Seth, is here. You can block him on Twitter. His personal account is at Setah5, Setah5. Don't block our account because he's on there a lot. Sethy live tweets. That's what we call him now. What's up, Seth?
Not this week, guys.
Yeah, I don't know what we're going to do.
I am out on the live tweets for this week.
Why? What's your excuse? Scared of Taulia?
Cancer.
I am volunteering. Wow,
that's his excuse.
Volunteering for the Lymphoma and Leukemia Society.
LLS. Just say that. LLS. Yeah. Yes. What I said was not wrong.
Yes, I am. I do not have the cancer. No. I am helping those with cancer.
Yes. Just are you serving drinks? Are you serving drinks?
Okay. I have a temporary liquor license.
Oh my God. Oh man. If there's any cream ales left before the actual party starts, that will be a miracle. So, all right. Speaking of miracles and parties, I don't think it's a miracle. It is what it is. It's just Maryland. We play Maryland on Saturday, 3:30 kick. Brandon's favorite time. He's not going. That's on Saturday, 10:15 at Memorial Stadium. I'll be there again. This makes 6 out of 7 weeks. It's a marathon. And I'm not built for it. But TV, ESPN2. The line as of now, or whenever I wrote this outline, which was during work hours earlier today, IU plus. So they don't listen, Seth. IU plus 11 over under 61.5. Interesting note. ESPN's done this thing again where they're just like, Maryland's got 80% chance to go on the road and win a game. Previous meeting with a true freshman quarterback, IU lost 35. I have it down as a W. It definitely wasn't W. Felt like a W at the time. IU lost 35-38 on the road at Maryland. As I said, it felt like a W because we thought maybe we fixed it and found something in McCulley as a quarterback, but it wasn't really his fault.
I think last year you were counting moral victories too.
Oh yeah. But I think at that point in the season, we were like, you know what? If this is what the offense is going to look like, maybe we can squeeze out 6 wins. And spoiler alert, if you guys haven't watched the 2021 season, that's not what happened. So, and that's nothing against McCulley. We love McCulley. It has everything to do with maybe the guy calling the plays for him last year. Okay, here we go. All-time series, IU leads 7-3. And here's I kept it off your guys' timeline, so you guys don't know the answer. Okay, here we go. It's an SAT style question, which makes me feel really, really bad about how I actually scored on my SATs. So finish the pattern, guys. The first ever meeting, they won. And then we won 2 straight. And then they won the next one. And then we won 3 straight. And then they won last year. So we should win the next
4 games.
4 games. Boom. Good job. So go ahead and chalk this one up. Throw all of your money.
Do you remember your SAT score?
Nah. It's good enough. but it wasn't.
I think mine was like 1900.
I'm not sure that's possible.
No,
It's
he's a baby. He's when they went to three testing
Oh.
scores.
yeah, I think
Oh.
it was like out of a possible like 21. I did very well. If you
It's
guys don't know,
between
I'm
400 and 1600.
maybe I did 1500. I was very high. I'm very smart, guys. I'm a smart individual. I don't look it, I don't act it, but more than a hat rack.
I want to say mine was around 1200 or so. I don't know if that's good. I think you get like 400 for spelling your name right. So
I had multiple scholarships at IU that I all blew because of grades, but I had them originally.
we've talked about this, I think. And Seth, we can talk about yours too. I think Seth and I share this actually. I was on academic probation my very first semester of freshman year. So because I just assumed I didn't have to go to class, and that was wrong.
I was on academic probation 3 separate times. Did just well enough to get off and then right back on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think because of partying and, college, I think my first semester at a 3.8, and then I got lower every semester after that. And let's just say it got real low by my senior year. I finished with like a 3.2, and my first 2 years were like a 3.8 and a 3.5. So
Yes.
when I hit 21 and I could go to the bars, things went downhill quickly.
Yeah. Things that go uphill, because they can't go much further downhill, would be our offensive line. And they got a new offensive line coach.
Did you hear who's an assistant? I love this.
No, I didn't hear this. Who is it?
Danny Friend is going to be a significant piece of the offensive line scheming and planning.
He's a GA, right? Is he a GA?
He is.
Well, not anymore, I guess. But so Rod Carey, Seth knows of him as a, what did he say in the group? I'm looking at it right now. Quote, 3 years ago, he was the up and coming head coach prospect, which made sense because he was killing it at Northern Illinois year after year after year. And then he went to just an awful place, Philadelphia, to try to coach football. So I've never been there. I just assume it's just not good. I love the guy. I watched his whole press conference. I didn't watch anybody else's press conference. I didn't watch CTA. I didn't watch anything. The quote that I still can't get over is just he's so nonchalant about everything. It's just big men trying to push other big men. And I was just like, okay. And he straight up comes in and is like, yeah, I'm not a miracle worker, is literally like what he said, word for word. And I'm like, okay, all right, cool. So and he's invested a former player, which I don't know how we neglected to say that last week, but former center for Mallory during those years as well. So good dude. I don't know if you guys watched any of it when I sent it to you. Did you guys watch it? Yeah, it's an audio platform. You can say yes. You don't just have to shake your head.
No, I did not watch it, but I read all of the notes on Peegs.com. Go subscribe.
There you go. So there's the difference between two people that were on academic probation and then the nerd that read the interview or read the press conference instead of watching it. Okay. Speaking of nerds, let's talk about the team we're playing this week. It's Maryland. Their head coach, Mike Loxley, how he still has a job, I don't know. In his fourth season, they were combined 17-25. This year, doing all right, 4-2, with the same conference record as IU at 1-2. Wins against Buffalo, right? Is that right? 1-2. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Wins against Buffalo, at Charlotte, Southern Methodist University, and Michigan State. And then they've lost at Michigan, and then last week at home against the Boilers in a game that I could have sworn they were down by at least 35 points based off some of the texts that Seth and my other Purdue friends were sending in. Little did I know Purdue ended up covering my +3 that I bet on and walked away with an unfortunate victory. But anything you want to talk about? Any of their games that you've watched, Brandon? Anything stands out?
Man, they looked good against Michigan. As did we. Totally different. That game was all offense. Our game was all defense. But that game, they looked very impressive in that game. They showed me that the Spartans are poo-poo. And I watched absolutely 0 minutes of any other game. Sorry, Seth. I did watch almost all of the Michigan game and like most of the Michigan State game.
Seth, what did you think of them last week?
Mike Loxley is a good play caller. He takes advantage of some opportunities. I don't think they have a lot to work with, but they seem to get it done. Taulia has just enough around him, but I mean, in the Big Ten East, it's not enough.
Yeah. Let's talk their rankings real quick. Nothing
but
really.
Before we get into
ahead.
that, get into that, we skipped over news. I did think there was some news. With Cam Jones out, Bradley Jennings is now the official starting middle linebacker. And based on what I saw last week, I love it. Seth sent some awesome information that the Desan McCullough got on the unofficial mid-year All-American.
Freshman All-American, yeah.
Yeah, so that was awesome. And then Alan called out the play of Chris Keys. I thought Chris Keys had some real high highs and some real low lows in that game, but I think there was something there to work with. So I'm encouraged by Chris Keys. And kind of the biggest news on the injury front is Allen is hoping to get DJ Matthews and Javon Swinton back. Obviously, DJ Matthews being the more notable of that. And then he also called out the touchdown that got called back. Tom normally doesn't talk about refs, so that made me smile.
What did he say? Do you have words?
Yeah.
Words you can plant with that?
I have it. First half should have had the lead, missed a field goal, and that was a little bit low. We also had a touchdown callback, which I disagree with.
Okay.
Really felt like we should have taken the lead going into halftime, but our kids played their tails off.
Okay. All right. It is what it is. Same things we kind of said, other than the fact that I'm pretty sure we said was fixed on Sunday, but I can't remember, or whatever day we talked about it. But all right, let's jump back in where we were. Thanks for the news. I did skip right over it. Offensive rankings for the Terps, pretty good offense so far.
Why is their offense so good? Just wondering.
I
for the
assume
people.
When you play the defenses of SMU, Charlotte, and Buffalo, that your stats are going to look pretty good.
Does it have anything to do with their quarterback being awesome?
Scheme quarterback. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm off air. I'm going to berate Seth for putting good and Mike Loxley in the same sentence. But I'll say
I said play caller.
Good anything.
Good play caller is what he said. So.
Yeah.
Okay. So 26 total offense, 19th in total passing, 66th in total rushing, which surprised me. They don't have a standout running back. Himby, as Seth has talked about in a couple times, pre-pod, kind of their main guy, but they've also got lost him here, Littleton as well, who also runs the ball. I'd say maybe a 2/3 share, somewhere around there, or between the two, between him being leading the way. So, but not anything that really pops out. And same thing with their wide receiver group. I mean, pretty well spread out, I'd say, between, including the running back, really there's 5 or so, wideouts, tight ends, and the running back that kind of split a lot of those catches. Really, you can go into the other tight end. He's got 15. So the top 2 tight ends are 22 and 15 catches on the year. And they just spread the ball around, which was what killed us, I felt like, last year, where we tried to focus a lot on Demas, and they just kind of killed us everywhere else around the field. So anything else you want to add on these before we get into their key players and everything, or we'll get into defensive rankings, which are oof. And
they can sling the ball. I mean, running is an afterthought. They do not believe in the offense of run, pass. They believe in pass. All right, we have to run the ball. Pass.
Seth, short passing game.
Yeah, they really like to use the tight ends and the running backs. It tends to be a lot of crossing routes too, so you'll see a lot of that. They have a couple guys who go deep, but from what they try to do against Purdue, at least, it was lots of crossing routes, lots of swings out of the backfield, lots of getting the running back and tight end in isolation against linebackers.
If there's one knock on, like the only knock on Taulia, is, I mean, he does notoriously throw the ball short. I'm not going to say he has a noodle arm, because he actually throws a really pretty accurate ball. But yeah, he only averages 8 yards a throw, which is not great.
Yeah. I mean, really his touchdown to interception ratio, it's over 2-1. Which we'd want it to be higher, 11-5. I mean, it's good to have 11 touchdown passes. Obviously, his completion percentage very high as well.
If you want to kind of compare that, Baz throws for 7 yards per throw. So like they're pretty comparable in the passes they hit.
So there you go. And again, Tua's brother's been sacked 7 times on the season. I think Baz was sacked at least 7 times last week. So hopefully we see an improvement on that, which I think we'll talk about here in a little bit. We should, based off of these rankings, on defense for the Terps, pretty decent rushing defense, 37th in the country, 78th overall as far as total defense, 111th in passing defense at 270 yards per game. I was looking at their tackle leaders. Their number 1 tackler is a defensive back, and then you've got linebacker, DB, linebacker. So there's
DB, or
yes,
yeah.
So there's not a whole lot coming from the interior defensive line, it looks like. But again, I've done zero actual physical watching research on them, so I'm not sure. Key players for them, unless you guys want to talk on rankings at all on defense. Anything stand out for you on defense with them last week? Were they soft on anything, Seth?
Yeah, they had some safeties that got easily confused. They had some young guys who were pretty good, but they just got out of position, didn't make the right reads. So they're definitely vulnerable, especially after you guys went up against probably the best cornerback you're going to face all season last week. This is a Cam Camper bounce back game written all over it.
I hope you're not talking about the guy that was actually guarding Cam Camper, because he was terrible. And Brandon will tell you to his face.
I don't know how I could have not told him to his face more.
Yeah, that guy was trash, whoever that was. Or Camper is just really that good. I don't know which one it was. I think Camper's really that good. That's all I'm going to say, because he did it to your boys at Illinois too. So what was they talking about? Oh, okay. So they're safeties. Right, both of them got drafted, right? Nick Cross at the Colts, and then the other one got drafted too, right?
If it wasn't last year, it was the year before. Yeah. Savage, who's been, or I guess it was 2019. Savage went to Green Bay.
That's right. So yeah, they've had some good safety depth there, and then it's gone. So it'll be interesting to see what we can do, and we'll talk about kind of players to watch and areas to watch here and a little bit later as far as IU's side of the ball. But first, let's talk about key players for Maryland. Guys, go ahead, and if you just hit, there's like a little forward button. It looks like a little circle. You hit that a couple times, you should be able to get past this part where Brandon just drools all over to his brother. Brandon, go ahead. Tell me about their quarterback.
So you'll remember last week when I was sort of drooling over JJ McCarthy and
during the game,
drooling over his 74% completion percentage. What do you think Taulia's is? I
just read it.
It's also 74%. What do you think his quarterback rating is this year?
161.3.
Is that good? I think it's pretty good.
I don't know.
He has a career rating of 152. His interceptions have been a little more up. I mean, he almost had a 2-to-1 ratio last year, 2-to-1 ratio this year. But again, you just watch him throw and it just looks like a completion every time. He has real command of the offense. I think that's honestly what we've been looking for Baz for a while. Like Baz still doesn't really look like he has command of the offense. Is that because new coordinator, new school, bad offensive line? I think a lot of things you can say to that. But Taulia just looks like he passes the look test over and over and over again. One thing that's a little bit, people think he's a runner. He only runs the ball about 5 or 6 times, and it's normally because he's running for his life. Seth, maybe you can talk a little bit more to it because you watched the game last week, but they have an offensive line issue too. Taulia doesn't get sacked as much because he's elusive. But I mean, he is constantly running for his life. He's been running for his life his entire career at Maryland. Maryland does put a lot of dudes in the NFL, but absolutely none of them come from the offensive line.
Yeah, definitely not recently. And I was going to say I think he's not a scrambler, but he's definitely elusive. He's the guy who kind of keeps the play alive, extends the play as you like to speak. My guy is CJ Dupree. He's the big tight end. He's a sophomore. They've started to utilize him a little bit more the last few weeks. He has a big body. I think he's a true sophomore, and you can tell he's taking his football very seriously because he's an undecided major, focusing on letters.
Just real quick.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry. It doesn't really say letters, does it?
Damn it. Now I got to go back. But yes, it said letters. Undecided, and then in parentheses, letters and sciences.
He's from Scranton, though.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. I guess he could just go work for
Michael Scott Paper Company.
Yeah.
Taulia's stats last year against IU: 26 for 40 for 419, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, a quarterback rating of 170. You guys want to know what his stats were in 2020?
Yeah, they're terrible.
Not near as good. 17 of 36 for 241 and 3 interceptions. So it's sort of like it is the rubber match here. I'll be really, really excited to see. I think the difference in 2020, and this is a little bit of a spoiler alert for later, is all going to be pressure. He was absolutely
tons of pressure on
running for his life. Last year, as we know, we had no pass rush whatsoever.
Everybody was
hurt. I think Bragg and I were getting as much pass rush from the stands as they were getting in the game. So pass rush is going to be the key to the game, to slowing the god that is Taulia Tagovailoa.
Yeah. One of the guys,
you guys can go back on other players.
You're good. Yeah. Well, I was trying to transition right there, but one of the guys that scares me every time we play him hasn't been that big this year. I mean, physically, he's always been big, but he hasn't been that big this year. But Dante Demas, the 6'4" wideout out of DC, right down the street, as they would say, as the kids say. Nothing stands out a whole lot this year. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to go back and look at stats from last year. If Seth wants to do what he can, or 2 years ago, he just seems to show up against IU. I mean, even if it's not like large volume receptions or large volume yardage, it's either a big touchdown catch whenever they need it. It's big wide receivers. We know traditionally we struggle against as it is. So to line up against him, hopefully he doesn't see as much of the field, as Seth mentioned, kind of pregame for us. Not really focusing on him too much. I think he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th on the catch chart. So, just somebody that I'm going to keep my eye on for sure.
So he didn't play last year. I think he had some injury issues.
That's
but
right.
In the 27-11 loss, he had 6 receptions, 114 yards, and 1 TD.
Yeah, and he had one called back, or one that we made a pick on. I can't remember early, like very first drive of the game. Something happened on that one. But yeah, he made a good play on the very first drive of the game. Brandon, do you have anybody else you want to chat about, either on the offensive side or the defensive side?
Well, I got one more thing about Taulia. I'm just kidding.
Oh my God.
I'm just
Hold on. I got another fun thing. I do. Dante Demas in 2018 as a true freshman, 4 for 98.
Yeah, there you go.
In 2019 as a sophomore, 5 for 82 and a touchdown.
See?
So 3 years in a row.
Scares me. So we'll see. Go ahead, Brandon. What do you got?
I'm kidding. I don't actually
okay.
have anything else.
Well, as I hinted at a little bit earlier, I didn't hint at it.
Real quick. Early Brando's Randos.
Yeah.
When the Colts draft him, your reaction will be what?
This. That, I mean,
When they draft a
edge.
left tackle, and then end up taking a quarterback in like the 3rd round, and it's Taulia.
Tuttle. No, I mean 3rd round, he's not gonna play. I'll keep Matty Ice out there for one more year. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even want to think about it.
Suck for JJ McCarthy?
No. Okay, moving on. Defensive side, we hinted at the running backs already. We talked about them, Hemby and Littleton. I mean, I'm assuming last week should be a little bit of an encouragement. Again, take out the 50-yard first drive run, where tackling maybe was a little bit sloppy, and we played ourselves into that game. I thought our run defense was very good the rest of the game, and so hopefully that's not going to be a problem. Let's talk defensive side of the ball for the Terps real quick. We don't have to spend too much time on here. I know Seth's got one guy he really wants to talk about. But for me, I'll talk about Bo Brady, I'm assuming is how you say his last name. The defensive back that leads them in tackles, interceptions, the whole thing. So 26 tackles solo. He's got 43, I think, combined, 46 combined, 4 passes defended, 1 interception on the season, a forced fumble. The guy's kind of a playmaker just based off of pure stats and reading it off of an internet website. But I can't imagine you're leading your team in those stats without being halfway decent. Seth, do you want to add on your guy here?
All right. So they've the other guy on that true freshman mid-season All-American roster from Charles Power, who's the head of scouting and rankings at On3 Recruits, is their middle linebacker, Jayshon Barham. Brandon was getting me worked up pregame on this one. He's got that dog in him. He's a dog. I don't even know what position he plays, but he's a dog.
He doesn't even look at the camera when they took his picture. I don't know if you guys have seen this or not, but I'm going to share this.
But yeah, he flies around. He's a real sideline to sideline as a freshman. He's a little bit there it is. Okay. He's got the right size, 6'3", 230. He seems to be a very talented guy, a lot of speed, big on tackles.
I'll take our freshman linebacker.
Yeah, me too. He's taller, skinnier, but taller.
I wish yeah.
And he bet you he looks at the camera when you look up his picture, but he's staring right at the camera with his blonde braids. You take care of that dude. I don't even worry about that guy. All right. Anybody else you guys want to talk about on the Terps defense? I'm sure we're going to get lit up by the Terps fans that listen to this pod. Tell us about how bad we are at our job. So, cool. If not, we'll move on to IU players to watch. I'm going to go first. I'm going to take an easy one. I'm going to take a fun one. I'm watching the whole offensive line, man. That's what I'm watching. I'm watching new coach, new manager bump from the offensive line against a real bad pass defense. How many sacks do they have? Seth, do you have that? I've got it right here in front of me on the season. 15 sacks. That's not bad over, what is it? Oh, that's 6 games. That's not great. But yeah, 15 sacks, 111th pass defense in the country. Can Baz finally get some time to pick some people apart? We'll see what happens on that. That's what I'm going to be watching. Brandon, what are you doing?
I mean, after what I watched last Saturday, there's only one person I can watch, and that is Cam Camper. I am just going to watch. I don't even care if the ball's thrown his way. Between Taulia and Cam, I may not have any drool left. Like by the end of the game, like it's gonna be intense. Cam Camper, I don't like. He's the most fun offensive player to watch since Tevin Coleman. He is just so good.
He is very good. And as I said last week, if you guys are getting out
when the Steelers trade Chase Claypool to the Bears, we better draft Cam Camper in like the 3rd round. I'd even be fine with a 2nd round pick.
Yeah, there you go. As I said last week, if you guys make it out to this game this week, you'll see what we're talking about. 6 stands out big time.
If my echoes might still be going in that stadium, me just screaming about Cam Camper.
I'm telling you, ask Seth. I was doing the same thing in Cincinnati. Like they couldn't guard him in Cincinnati either. Just feed six. Couldn't do it. So, all right, Seth, what do you got?
I said it was going to be a bounce back game for Cam Camper. You guys pounced all over that. It's going to be a coming out game for someone else. And based on what Payne Durham did to the Maryland secondary, my Monopoly money is on AJ Barner the fifth.
AJ Barner. I hope so, man. It's about time.
Watch the Payne Durham highlights from last week. You can imagine AJ Barner doing similar things.
Yeah, it'll be about that time for him. Injured last week. So hopefully he can step it up, get back healthy and be good to go.
So real quick, I know I never want to say I'm out on anyone, but AJ Barner ain't the guy anymore. Aaron Steinfeld got his first start last week. He was the one that caught the touchdown that got called back. The ball seems to find Steinfeld. Allen noted his strength right now is his pass catching. But his blocking is still improving. And he's absolutely right. What has Barner shown that he can't do this year? He's shown that he can get open. He's shown that he's an athlete. He's shown that he can't catch the ball. And Steinfeld, so far, maybe hasn't shown he's quite the athlete, but he's shown that he can catch the dang ball. So if there's a tight end that I think, if tight end is the position you're circling, Seth, that we can take advantage of, for me, it's the dude from Bloomington.
Yeah. Well, there you go. I don't care whoever it is, but I just want a tight end line like what Travis Kelce had on Monday. I'll
4
take
touchdowns,
that.
25 yards.
Like 7 catches, 25 yards, 4 touchdowns. It's so stupid. All right, defense. I'm watching Tywan Mullen. He needs a game. He needs a game. Is this the game? I think it's a game. He needs a game. That's who I'm watching. Taiwan.
I mean, I'm going to be screaming pressure. And I want the avatar to do it. Desan looked like an absolute alien out there on the field. Some players are like, who's out there? Who's on the defensive line? Who's over at edge? You're not guessing when Desan McCullers out there. There's no way you cannot find him. So while it'll be really easy to watch him, that's all I'm going to be doing because that guy is a bona fide dog.
Seth.
I got the spy guy. As Brandon has waxed poetic enough, Taulia is a passer. He's going to get his yards, but he's also a scrambler. The 5 or 6 times he runs the ball, you don't want it to be a big play. So whoever gets assigned to him, I'm going to guess it's Casey based on injury report.
I'm going to guess McCullough because he was doing that a lot
on JJ.
Yeah.
Well, okay. All right. Well, if whoever it is, that's who I'll be watching. I think that'll be, commit him to being a pocket passer who has to make log reads through his progressions.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way you take advantage of him limiting his escapability.
I wish we would have never changed the way we attacked Thompson in the second half. We really started blitzing second half. The way that they attacked Thompson in the second half, they did not do that at all against Michigan. And I wish they would have continued to just don't even do any. Hey, know what? You have no coverage. Just go in there and just blitz off the corner every single time. And I don't know if that's going to work against
Seth's basement might still be reverberating me screaming blitz.
Yeah, right.
Until they started doing it and it started working. And I just have to Seth, tweet it again.
Right. All right. Special teams. I'm watching Chuck. Bounce back game from the block again. Probably not his fault. I know that Thompson maybe is a little low, but a block is a block sometimes, unless it's like you kick the dude in the back.
I mean, the Red Sea open. I'm not a religious man, but that wasn't his fault, dude. The guy came absolutely right over the center and blocked that. So 0 of that was on Chucky.
Brandon.
Well, I'm watching another dog, and that is a dog from down under. James Evans has been an absolute beast this year. again, when you're one dimensional, you can really kind of pin your ears back. So, I'm hoping that maybe he pins the Terps inside the 5 and we get a good old safety.
Yeah,
But
I'll
all
take
of that
that.
is necessary for James Evan to keep doing what he's doing. He's had a great year.
Great year for sure. Seth.
So I'm going to mention two of the guys you listed for defense because I haven't decided which one it is, but I saw something last week, and I think you guys are going to get a pump block. And I don't know if it's going to be Mullen or McCullough, but that's who I think it's going to be. One of those two guys is going to block a punt.
Okay, I'll take it. Cool. What else I'll take is a discount on some
Double check,
fabulous
discount,
gear.
double check.
On some gear, really. Insurance is what insurance is, but I'll take a discount. And you can get that discount by visiting Monon Track Club's website, which we will tweet out with all of the info of this podcast. If you don't know about Monon Track Club, they're just a bunch of people that like to run. They got cool gear, though. Like, you can just rep your city. Monon Track Club, everybody knows what the Monon is. Everybody knows what track is. Everybody knows what clubs are. So everybody will know what your shirt's about. They tell stories, craft products, all that cool stuff. But check out the link in the show notes for their club runs, which are still doing. The weather can't figure out what it's trying to do, but it's good enough to run in. And you guys are good enough to get a discount, as I hinted at. That discount is 10% off your order. At checkout, use code LEO10. That's LEO10 to get that off your order. Now, back to the show. Brando Randos, what's up, buddy?
So, I mean, if enough listeners have listened to this, you guys know I commit to the bit. The Taulia thing is a bit. I mean, he ultimately is just he's a good quarterback. He's a good Big Ten quarterback. But have you guys ever had a crush on a player? And if so, who is it? Non-IU, non-Purdue.
Non-IU.
There's an obvious one.
Is there an obvious one? I was going to say Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah, I mean, at Michigan State, I'm going outside of the Big Ten. I mean, Reggie Bush was a cheat code.
I thought we were staying in there. Okay.
Mike Vick at Virginia Tech was a cheat code. Pat White at West Virginia was an absolute cheat code.
With Steve Slayton next to him.
Yeah. Divine, Noel Divine, also before Slayton. He was an absolute dog. Larry Fitzgerald at Pitt, he was insane. Yeah, I mean, I've had a number of crushes throughout my time as a college football fan.
Cool. Seth, you didn't answer. Nothing.
I can't
do it. He can't do it.
There was a connection that I was really into. What was it? The Jeff Smoker to Plaxico Burris, Michigan State connection. I could be wrong. Smoker might have been Charles Rogers. I might be off on that, but I think that 1 year.
There's Dicker the kicker at Texas. It was pretty epic.
I'll look up the Jeff Smoker connection. You guys just keep going.
So I'll keep going. So obviously IU fans love to crush IU football fans. I don't know why they eat their own. But I'm sure I know us three have. If you guys haven't, go ahead and check out Maryland Terrapins home field attendance games. It's not good. It's that of like a D3 or JUCO team in like, I don't know, New Jersey or something. But my question is, do you think the Maryland fans crush Maryland football fans like IU football fans are crushed?
I don't think they have the appetite. I think it's I think they're all lax bros who are waiting for crab cake season.
Smoker to Rogers, by the way.
Damn it. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't think they do it all either. I'm with you. Like, it's like an East Coast, like, I don't really care thing.
Yeah. I don't
rather than like a Midwest passion thing. Right. So yeah, I bet the Maryland basketball fans don't even care about football, let alone being the one rips them. But I just thought that was interesting. Right. Because I mean, literally, like, I could have looked this up. But I mean, there looks like there's 10,000 or less fans at every single Maryland home.
Who's going to have
It was
worse?
bad last week.
Was
it was
bad?
really bad.
I don't think Memorial Stadium is going to be very nice on Saturday. Maybe. I hope so. I mean, the team is 3-3. They're not like awful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I would think probably low 40s if we're lucky. But I was going back to the Michigan State thing, but I think it's probably too late. It was Connor Cook, I think, to Plaxico Burress is who it was, or Kirk Cousins, one of the two. Yeah. So there you go. Cool. Keep going.
All right. So the reason I won't be at a game is because one of my best friends here in Indy is having a kid in November. So there's a diaper party at his house. But there will be a Maryland fan there. So should I be like a fake Maryland fan and root for Taulia, or do I just be my obnoxious party self and just relentlessly troll Maryland the entire game?
Troll Maryland the entire game. We've watched a Maryland game with him, I think, before. We watched the Penn State,
the Penix stretch.
Yes. Yeah. With him as well. So I would say just do your thing.
As somebody who has watched a game where IU has played somebody I didn't care about and against a team I did care about, I'd much rather be with you rooting for IU. Oh God. Yeah. Oh no, you're right. Please root for IU. It's unbearable when you troll the Purdue fan the whole time.
Yeah.
But it's so much more fun. All right.
When you tell me how good my team is and how good my players are, and I'm just like, no, they're not. And then I keep having to correct myself because it's such a natural implication. Like it's such a natural instinct to defend myself. And I'm like, oh, he's just trying to, he got me. Okay. Yeah.
I think I'm a very good troll.
You are.
So that's all I got.
Cool. Seth.
All right. Here's my sack. I have 3 favorite football alums from Maryland. Some good names here. Sean Merriman, good old lights out. Vernon.
Would you go as far as to say he's a dog?
Oh my God.
No doubt about it.
Vernon Davis
in his lungs. Vernon Davis, who is who's brother to a Colts player who quit mid-game, still one of my favorite stories of all time. And Stephon Diggs, who I'm so thankful he's not on the Vikings anymore. So as happy as he is to have Josh Allen as a quarterback, I'm happy that he's not in Minnesota.
They used the draft pick to draft Justin Jefferson. So
I know it's cyclical and it's a double ramming for the ages, I'm sure. Yeah. And while not a favorite, he's a no name. Boomer Esiason. Whatever. But not Russell Maryland, who was a defensive tackle in the 90s, who grew up in Chicago, went to Miami, played in Dallas, Oakland, and Green Bay, and none of those places being in Maryland. So that was a fun little fact I found.
Nice. Thank you.
That's a beautiful sack there, Seth. Thank you so much for that.
I've been to Maryland a couple times. I'm a history nerd. Other than that, I'm not sure why anyone would go there. Pretend you're on the Maryland Board of Tourism. What is your pitch? What are you selling me to get me to Maryland? And hold on, and know that I don't like seafood.
What bay do they have? What's the bay?
Chesapeake.
The Chesapeake Bay.
There
like,
it is.
That's pretty. I was just bragging about my intelligence, and I didn't even remember the Chesapeake Bay. It's pretty sad.
They filmed The Wire there or something, or it's based out of Baltimore.
I mean, if you like pastels and polos, like that's a
crab
pretty
cakes
big
and
thing.
football, but you don't like
do
seafood.
you like boats? Like
Sure. Who doesn't like a boat?
Yeah,
right. I feel like there's a lot of yachts there. You mean a yacht guy? Get some boat shoes like me.
I'm not sure what else there's.
How am I doing on? I mean, I am in sales. How am I doing so far?
I mean, boats and boat shoes. You had me there.
There we go. There we go. Scott Van Pelt went to Maryland. You can go be friends. You probably see Scott around, I don't know, College Park. He seems like a really cool guy.
Yeah.
All right. That's good.
Go to a football game pretty cheap.
Let's get into predictions.
All right, you start. Go ahead.
You can be a Commanders fan.
Oh,
Carson Wentz.
I don't wish that on anybody. You can count on two things with Maryland. They will score points and they will give up points. I have this being a fun game, pretty much an exact repeat of last year. And I think you end up getting a dose of the former EMU kicker devastation, similar to what I got. 34-31 Maryland.
We're going to have very close scores, I think. We'll see what Brandon does.
You took the over. I'm taking a push because a push isn't a loss. I'm taking 31-30. IU.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're all going to have very similar scores. You had 34-31, Seth.
65 points.
What was yours?
With
What
a
was
cover,
yours?
with an IU cover. Mine was 31-30. Obviously, with an IU
I'm
cover.
hammering the over. Yeah, it's gonna be close, man. This one might go OT. I meant to put an OT on this one. I've got IU Chucky walk off, IU 38, Maryland 35 in overtime. I'll call that one. You don't have to put that one on the poll though, but I'm gonna say it now.
IU money line plus 328. If you don't know what that is 4.25 to 1. Right. So you bet $5, you almost win what, $22.50.
Yeah.
You heard it here first. Bet your mortgage payment. Brandon says so.
$100,000.
All right, let's wrap it up. This has been too much Maryland talk as it is. Let's be done. Okay, I will be there. I'll be at the game again. Not sure who's going with me, which is weird because you two aren't going. But we'll all find. So I've got people that want to go. So I'll be there. I'll be there.
We aren't your only two friends. You have a lot of friends.
So lot two, as always, I'll tweet out the picture. Somebody will tweet it out. It's hard for me to tweet. I don't think we're doing live tweets. Seth already talked about it. Seth, the live tweets is not going to be around. I thought the LOS thing was at night. No,
I have to be there by 4:30.
Okay, so maybe 30 minutes of Seth the live tweets, and then he's got to be done. But probably not. So sorry about that. You guys just may have to just watch the game and not look at your phone the entire time. So
just stay off Twitter. It's a hellscape.
Yep. That's why you asked me if I've read anything. I've stayed off of all message boards and everything for about 3 weeks. So it's been bad. So be sure to check out our pod. Either way, it's on Twitter. It's at Podcast LEO. Be sure to download, rate, review, follow on all of our platforms. Even if you guys are Terrapin fans that have made it this far, thanks again. I mean, we're not good. So thanks for listening. Love you guys. Elio.
I have a final statement.
Oh, son of a.
I have a final statement.
Why don't you cut me off before
Edit.
I'm not editing. No.
We said it after the Nebraska game, and I think it just needs to be reiterated, right? Like, we need to win 3 games. There are 4 winnable games left. There's Maryland, there's Michigan State, there's Rutgers, and there's Purdue, right? So, like, we have to win 3 out of those 4 games. Obviously, winning this is very, very important. It is a home game, but it isn't necessary. Michael thinks we're going to win. I think we're going to win. But if we lose, it's like the path is still there. Gets a little bit more dicey. The margin of error is pretty much gone, but it's not over. Remember that. That's all I got, Leo.
Leo.
He said it.
Leo. Awesome day. Leo. Thank you so much, Rick. I appreciate that. Leo. All right, great. Leo. Appreciate you guys. Leo. You're welcome, Dave. Have a great day. Leo. Have a great day. Leo. Appreciate you being here with us. Have an awesome day. And Leo. Oh, thank you so much. Leo. Well, thanks so much, Leo. Hey, thanks so much, Mike. Appreciate that. Leo. Appreciate you guys, man. Have an awesome day. Leo. Awesome. Leo. Leo.